Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary, giving the briefing, and Madhav, the manner in which, with precision, this briefing took place. The message, very clear, the message is to the international audience as well as to the domestic audience. And the international audience has been given the message loud and clear that there have been precision targeting of where this was deemed to strike, and how it is only on the terror basis, how it is certainly not on any civilian targets or any military targets. This is a non-provocative response to the Pahalgam terror attack, and that has been very clearly mentioned. Absolutely. And the visuals that show here.
Yeah, and you know, Navika, I just want to mention two things in this briefing that really stand out from what we've done in the past. We have given the before, the after, the moment of the strike. We have given the context where each of these camps, you know, specific camps like Murid where it was mentioned that David Headley, where Ajmal Kasab were all trained. We have told the international community that these were the camps from which, and Vikram Misri specifically mentioned, were being planned. There were further terror attacks being planned, and therefore, as a preemptive measure, India has decided to strike all of these. The kind of proof being given, there is messaging happening both internationally as well as domestically, so that this time around there is no clamor for sabut or proof, which unfortunately in the past we've seen, for instance, in the case of Balakot, where there have been all sorts of unfortunate controversies surrounding that. There is no scope left.
Look at this Bhimber picture, the before and the after. These are drone visuals that have been shown, and where you can actually see that on the location where the missiles are going, Kotli attack, and Kotli, which is away from the LOC, you just see the destruction here happening through the missiles. And before that was the before picture, where this was marked out, and this was where the precision targeting was meant to happen. And then the pictures of the terrorist camps after destruction being shown in this video. Drone footage, let's look at Bhimber, where the targeting was done. This was identified. Before that, this is what existed here. This is the terror camp, the entire campus. Some say this is about 18 acres. And now in Bhimber, the targeting actually happens, and the missiles are targeted, and after that you see complete destruction on the ground. Can we just go back to the actual targeting and the missiles going there? And there you can actually see it landing here and destroying that entire area, and you can see the craters that are visual in the after pictures. Let's look at Sarjal, Sialkot. Again, this was how it was outlined. This is where during the drone attack, the visuals have been taken, and then you see the contact happening here, the destruction on the ground. Each of these visuals clearly proof to the international fora, where India is going to present its case on the kind of terror camps that existed, not just in POK, but even inside Pakistan, and how they have been targeted. Now, let's look at Mehmuna Joya region here. And here, once again, the area earmarked and then destroyed. The manner in which this has been done, 9 targets, 9 precision targets, and no civilians attacked. Let's look at the next one, Markaz Taiba Mudrike.
There you see it. In fact, let's replay that. There it is.
There you see the missile. Yes. So this is the Markaz Taiba that has been hit, and it's a
this is the LET base, Navika. This is what we've been told. This is the LET base, and this is from where Ajmal Kasab and David Headley were actually trained, at that particular location. Very important, because this is one strike along with the Bahawalpur one, where Jaish-e-Mohammed, has been targeted, which is very significant, because these are from several of those key attacks have taken place, Navika. And this is, of course, while each one of these 9 is significant. Perhaps these two, the most significant in this entire lot that we are looking at, Navika.
Well, clearly, after Markaz Taiba, Bhimbar, we've seen the regions in Sialkot that were targeted, and this is Markaz Subhanallah in Bhavalpur. And the biggest destruction has come from Bhavalpur, and this is the area. This is the area of Mahmood Azhar. And Bhavalpur is where he comes from, close to the army camp, close to the civilian locations. This entire area is where the training camps, the masjids, the madrasas, everything works in this entire, camp over here. And this is the before picture. And let's look at the devastation that happens after. Well, we're trying to get those visuals still from that briefing. But this is what was targeted, and we saw those visuals of ambulances running, and even the army commander, corps commander in Bhavalpur actually visited. And there are 3 strikes in Markaz Taiba, hit 1. Then there is a hit 2, which we see once again happening on this visual, where the missile is coming here. And there, that is hit 2, and then there is a hit 3 that takes place. And this is the manner in which the destruction has taken place, the hit 3 coming here.
So, in fact, he's telling us about what kind of attack it is. Sir, if you could just explain to us, is this a drone strike, a missile strike?
See,
how do you estimate this?
See the trajectory of this particular strike here. It is straight away a top-down kind of a thing, which normally a loitering ammunition drone. It's called a loitering munition systems drone. These drones have been used for the first time, and loitering ammunition is something which actually senses the target only after that it gets activated. So these targets which are up to 40-50 kilometers, I think, we have used drones for that. And the targets which are slightly extended inside Pakistan, going up to 100 kilometers, the missiles have been used, and most likely BrahMos has been used, though the briefing has not brought it out. But BrahMos, why it has been used? Because BrahMos is a cruise missile. The speed is 3 Mach. So most of the air defense systems will not be able to catch this missile. And this missile is also a low trajectory missile. So in most probability, and it has a range of almost 300 kilometers.
And we see some locations inside Pakistan which have been targeted go up to 350 kilometers into Pakistan. So big statement in that, the distance where the strike has happened?
No, absolutely. And scalp missiles is also being mentioned that it may have been used for some targets, because different targets require a different kind of selection of the ammunition.
But the name scalp, the map here, and the 9 areas. Now, this is Mudrike, which is 264 kilometers from the LOC. 2 targets in Muzaffarabad, which are 173 kilometers from the LOC. Important, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 1 which is 621 kilometers, the Jaish headquarters in Bhavalpur, the most important.
This is the one which would be hurting Asif Munir the most, because it's in the heart of Pakistan. It's in the part of Pakistan, Punjab, and
Punjab
where
especially,
it is located.
Because
so that is very significant.
Because more than 80% of the Pakistani
army,
higher leadership are Punjabis. So it's going to hurt the most.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what really happens by the strike here in Bhavalpur is also the fact that the Balochis are against the army of Pakistan, the Pashtuns are against the army of Pakistan. Now the Punjabis, which was the backbone, they've been struck, and their poster boys, Masood Azhar, Hafiz Saeed, their camps have been brought to rubble. Bhavalpur, the Jaish headquarters, and right here, Mudrike, the Lashkar headquarters. If both of these are attacked, then the virtual army of Asim Munir actually is reduced to rubble.
You see, it's like a nerve center. When you have to decapacitate anyone, you have to hit at the nerve. So what the Indian Armed Forces has done, this time is that all the three headquarters of Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Toiba and Hizbul Mujahideen have all been targeted. It's a strong message, even if may have a limited amount of casualties in this headquarter, but the very fact that your headquarter has been hit, it actually hurts the most.
Absolutely. And Major General Kocher, I want to bring you in on this because, thus far we've seen in the previous strikes, it's happened before in Balakot and surgical strikes, we've always launched attacks into POK. We've said that's part of our territory. We have done that this time, as well as crossed the international border. So have we crossed a Rubicon in that sense? Are we in a new paradigm in terms of India responding to Pakistan and reserving the option of doing this again?
See, Pakistan has helped us because the Shimla Agreement is no longer there. So now the line of control is also, it's like a normal line, and we can go across in this manner. So now this entire thing for us...
Akhand Bharat.
Bilkul, Akhand Bharat. So this entire thing now means absolutely nothing. So this is a very great advantage. I think what you rightly said is India has taken this time because there is no Shimla Agreement, there is no line of control, there is nothing, and there are no rules of engagement now. Because in war, you make your own rules.
Absolutely, no water, and then there is fire all around, no water to douse those fires. That is the response to Pakistan. And when Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri says that this is a developing situation, we will keep coming back to brief you. More unfolding, Madhav, what's your sense? What are we going to see next? All eyes on that picture, jo abhi baki hai.
Absolutely. In fact, the Home Minister, we just broke the news a short while earlier, Navika, has cancelled the leave of paramilitary forces. We have, in fact, now several briefings expected from the government later today. So clearly, there could be a lot more. We don't know what Pakistan's response could be because particularly the army chief is a madman, as many say. People don't know what to predict.
Coming from our own sources in Pakistan, that tanks have been seen moving from Lahore on towards the IP. So especially on the Punjab border, we are going to see some action because the tanks have already started moving and our forces are also mobilized that side. A second important action we are seeing is that Pakistan has started shelling the civilian areas, and 6 casualties have been reported in Jammu and Kashmir area. So what Pakistan is trying to tell the world is that the Indians have struck up at our civil areas and we are retaliating in a similar manner.
Well, I don't know how many will believe Pakistan as of now, but memes already beginning to come, and some even saying that China, the biggest friend of Pakistan, has helped give intelligence to Pakistan.
Absolutely.
But the intelligence came after reading the newspaper reports in India this morning. Well,
locations once again,
these are the locations once again: the Hizbul Mujahideen in the Markaz Abbas Kotli area, the Lashkar-e-Toiba in the Muzaffarabad area, the Lashkar-e-Toiba also in the Markaz-e-Hadith Barnala area, Jaish-e-Mohammed in the Sarjal Terakala area, Markaz Taiba in the Mudrike area, and then there is Bhavalpur where there has been Markaz Subhan Allah. All attacks of these 3 big terror organizations takes care of the TRF, which the Pakistanis were claiming they've done a lot of hard work by removing their names from the UN statement. Lashkar-e-Toiba also in Muzaffarabad, Maskar, Rahil Shahid Kotli for the Hizbul Mujahideen, and also the Mehmuna Joya area in Sialkot targeting the Hizbul Mujahideen. It's a crippling attack on Pakistan. ऐसा कभी सोचा भी नहीं होगा पाकिस्तान ने जिस तरह का अटैक इस बार हुआ है. Well, the message loud and clear from Prime Minister Modi: Pahalgam will get a response. No future terror attacks. Otherwise, Pakistan will have a huge price to pay.
Absolutely.
Unequivocally, that message going across.